see, getting ready to talk about Neptune's harvest. Let's do it. Okay guys, so as you can see, we've got our Neptune's harvest stuff in today. I got my hat, my shirt, we got some koozies and some stickers. I'll be using those stickers in the future. So every time that I use Neptune's harvest, I'll have it on a board, and we'll just put that there with every time that we use it. So you guys know what I'm using, and in case I forget to mention it. So what they sent me was 1 gallon of the Neptune's harvest fish and seaweed fertilizer. It's a 2-3-1 product. That's 2 on your nitrogen, 3 on your phosphorus, and 1 on your potassium. I did use this earlier in the year, and then I ended up switching over to the tomato and veg. The reason being I switched to tomato and veg is it helps with drought and heat resistant. So I like that, and I needed that because we were in a drought at the time. I was watering as best I could, but I hadn't got my well set up yet, so I was having to pay to water it, and it was costly. Okay, so you know, and then after I used it, I said, well, hey, this stuff's great. I just kept using it. Okay, so I used the tomato and veg on everything. I used it on my giant pumpkins. I used it on the long gourds, the bushel gourds, the watermelons, the tomatoes, the whole garden. Okay, the produce garden that we grow. Every giant that was grew on this property this year was grown with the Neptune's Harvest tomato and veg. Now, I'm not knocking this product. I'm not saying that this product right here from Neptune's Harvest is not worth having. It is. Okay, I'm just saying that I used the other one, and because of that reason, okay, the drought resistance and the heat resistance that it helped. And I could see a difference. You know, my plants was flagging really bad about midday, and I started using that, and they didn't flag. Okay, so that's a big help. You know, look here, if the plants are flagging, then they are not producing. Okay, so if you got leaves, big old pumpkin leaves, you know, especially you got these leaves and they're drooped over like this all day long, they're not producing any power. They're not producing any energy. They are wore slap out. They're not working. They quit. Okay, they quit. They walked off the job, and you ain't getting any production. Well, if you ain't getting any production 2-3 days, okay, with like that, and let's say, for instance, let's say you were doing 50 pounds a day, and you go and start, you know, having these days where you're flagging really bad, you're wilted really bad. Okay, well, you go from 50 pounds a day, and for 2 or 3 days flagging, well, you could have dropped down to 10 pounds a day. Okay, because the plant has just completely shut down. You may have missed your window of opportunity during that time for your plant to really thrive. You might have got 2 weeks at 50 pounds a day. You know what I mean? Who knows, right? But definitely you don't want to see it flagging for, you know, 1 day or 2 or 3 days or a week, right? And that product really helped. Now, if my memory serves me right, the tomato and veg is the same NPK, the 2-3-1. So I might have to go out there and look and see if I got a bottle of it left. I know I used it all, but I might have the bottle out there still. Anyhow, I believe that it is the same NPK. If not, I will correct it, because I'll go to the site and I'll look it up and correct it right here. And what we want to do is we want to talk about this right here. Okay, this is good stuff. I'm going to use it on my pumpkins out there in the greenhouse, as well as the rest of the stuff out there in the greenhouse. Okay, and I'll use it in here for my giant growing in here as well. My sunflowers, and you know, my tomatoes, and my pepper, and my cabbage, and my carrots. All right, so let's read the back of it. It says it's hydrolyzed fish and seaweed fertilizer. Shake well before using. Prep for one application only. Do not store diluted fertilizer. House plants use 1 tablespoon per gallon of water. Feed every week. Water lightly so that the diluted fertilizer does not remain in the drip dish. Let's see here. Outdoor plants use 1/8 of a cup fluid ounce. That's a 1 to 128 ratio. Okay, per gallon of water. Feed vegetables, flowers, trees, and shrubs 1 to 2 weeks. Apply generously to soil or as a foliar feed until leaves are wet top to bottom. Okay, it is best to foliar feed early or late in the day. The compost enhancer, use 1/4 cup float ounce per gallon of water every 2 to 3 weeks. Seed germination soak in solution of 1 teaspoon per cup of water. We just got your cautions and all that, okay? So, and this is OMRI listed, all right? OMRI listed is your organic, I can't think of the name right now, but it just means you see OMRI approved, it's organic, okay? Or supposed to be organic, all right? You guys really need to do your research as well. Some things are marked OMRI approved or organic, and they end up, once the research is really done by you, maybe not being so OMRI approved. Anyhow, this one is, okay, and it is good stuff. So what I'm going to do is I've got a spray bottle, okay, and I can foliar feed using that spray bottle, all right? So I can use this doing that, or I can mix my own. And look, guys, as a giant grower, I use heavier than what the dose says, okay? I also, during the big grows, the peak of my growing, okay, and all the way till the end of growth, I was fertilizing those plants, you know, the butternut, I was fertilizing that thing 2 to 3 times a day, okay, guys, and I was using the tomato and veg in the mix, all right, so, I mean, it's good stuff, okay, and you can go by the instructions if you want to. That's what they're there for, okay? Not telling you not to, because you may burn your stuff up. I'm used to my soil. I'm used to what I've done with this stuff previously, so I mix it a little bit heavier, okay? In general, let's say I was going to mix up a 1 gallon spray jug, right, to spray my plants in. Okay, well, I generally put like, you know, probably a 1/4 cup to a gallon. All right, guys. I mean, it is, or even more. Sometimes it's probably 1/2 cup to a gallon. So it was a lot that I was using, but when they're babies like this, you don't have to hit them real hard. So this says to do 1 tablespoon per gallon. All right, and I'm thinking I could probably get away with 2 to 3 tablespoons per gallon and be just fine. So if you got a spray bottle, if you got a normal spray bottle, like I have over here, you can probably go ahead and put 1 tablespoon in that and use it, you know, to fertilize your stuff. If you've got a watering container, you're going to water it, you know, like drench it. I would say probably go 2 tablespoons to 2 to 3 tablespoons for like a 1/2 gallon. All right, but again, that's what I'm doing. You don't have to do that, okay? You need to test your stuff out first. You need to obey the instructions on the back of this bottle, all right? And then you decide after you've done that, after you've done the instructions on the back of the bottle for a few times, then you can decide what's best for you and figure it out for you, okay? But definitely follow the instructions the first time around. So anyhow, we're going to get this poured in, and we're going to fertilize everything. Okay guys, so there it is. Using the product inside. We'll go out tomorrow and we'll be using it out there in our greenhouse to do our giant pumpkins, to do the cabbages, the peppers, the beets, the tomatoes, strawberries, seemed like there was some other stuff. Oh, the Swiss chard. Seemed like there was something else out there. Anyhow, we're going to go out there tomorrow. We'll water it all in tomorrow with this Neptune's Harvest fish and seaweed fertilizer. Okay, guys. Look, I just want to say, first of all, thank you to Neptune's Harvest. They didn't have to do anything. Okay, I reached out to them. I just told them that I'd used their product, I liked their stuff, and to tell them thank you. And they in turn sent me a hat, a shirt, 2 of these koozies, the gallon of Neptune's Harvest fish and seaweed fertilizer, and the stickers. And I'm gonna put this sticker right here on a board, and every time I go to use their product, I'll have this with me. We'll put it in the shop as we're using their product. So anyhow, guys, appreciations watching. Look, guys, if you ain't already subscribed, do me a favor, go down, click that subscribe button for me. It would mean a lot. If I can get these subscriptions up, it helps me, okay? And if you're helping me, I can in turn help you guys. So if you don't care, again, go down, hit that subscribe button, and become a subscriber to this channel. We don't just grow giant stuff. We grow regular, normal garden vegetables, and we try to cover a vast array of different things here on this channel that we do every day, every season, every year. You know what I mean? So it's not just gardening. It's not just growing giants. It's not just hunting or trapping or canning or fixing whatever tools in the yard like the tillers and stuff like that. I mean, this is stuff that we do every day in order to become more a self-reliant family and household. Okay, guys. So if you like that kind of stuff, if you're interested in becoming more self-reliant and getting your family more off of the shelves at the store and more at your home, okay, then by all means click that subscription button down below. We'll shift gears to that here after a while, and the days will consist of looking over all the plants that we got going on, making sure they're all fed and healthy and okay, and then we'll go and we'll check our trap line, and then we'll go to the woodworking stuff. All right, so that's kind of like how the days will start to go. All right, so if you're interested in any of that stuff, just help me out so that I can help others out. All right, I really appreciate y'all. I really appreciate you, Neptune's Harvest, for sending me all this stuff. I'm very, very appreciative of it. Thank you so much. I hope to be able to work with you guys later on down the road and do a lot of cool things together. That would be really nice. So guys, we appreciate you watching. We'll see you again tomorrow right here in the hollers and hills of West Virginia.
Don't forget to smash that like button. Hit that notification bell. Don't forget to share.
Thank you, good sir.
You're welcome. And subscribe.